Thanks for logging on to myfoxhurricane.com. So we've been holding right at dawn here for quite some time. Now there's signs as we go through the next several days or over the next week, we could start to add on to this list, and we may, before you know it, see Emily. Of course, we're getting to that time of the year where we expect to see more activity in the tropics. Now, we've been talking about these two areas over the past day or two, starting to see a little bit higher chance that we could see some development with this. You see this first wave here working its way off the coast of Africa, up to about a 40% chance. And then we also have a 50% chance on this other area of disturbed weather. The thing is, you look on the computer models each and every day, and they're just kind of back and forth with these two systems. One day looks like it has a better chance of developing than the next day. The other one looks like it could develop. So it's just going to be a kind of a wait and see, and just kind of watch these over the next several days. Now, the other area that we're looking at, that is into the Gulf of Mexico. Nothing there right now, but it does look like we're going to see some more moisture and a tropical wave working its way over the state of Florida, and that will increase the moisture across the Gulf of Mexico as we head into the weekend and into the first part of next week. We're going to talk about these areas out into the eastern Atlantic. This one wave here, quite a bit of convection with this, but you can see as the loop gets towards the end, you do see a little bit of a decrease, but at least for now, that one looks like the more healthy of the two areas. You also see this other disturbed area, and then that drier air, which is sitting to the north of this. Now, one of the really important things, not only the dry air, but the wind shear, which is a little bit stronger as you head to the north, but these systems are pretty close to each other. So as they try and develop, they will tend to interfere with each other or steal moisture from each other. So that's why it really looks like you're not going to see both of these develop. We would likely only see one of these develop over the next several days. So that's why we can just kind of watch that. And then as you look across the Gulf of Mexico, we've got this old frontal boundary, which is providing a little bit of that low pressure, a little instability. And then we're going to be watching over the next several days, heading into the weekend and into the first part of next week. Model showing a tropical wave working its way just to our south into the Gulf of Mexico, and that's going to add in that extra moisture. You combine that extra moisture with this trough of low pressure from this old frontal boundary, and that will basically provide that broad area of low pressure across the Gulf of Mexico, working its way towards the west. Does it have enough time to develop? Probably not, but there's always that small chance that it could. What it will more than likely do is just bring some heavy rains across portions of Texas as we head into the first part of next week. So look again at these two areas in the eastern Atlantic with the Fox model. We've got that dry air, that dry Saharan dust sitting just to the north of this. And watch as we go through the next few days, both of these areas trying to get cranked up and moving on towards that west or west-northwesterly direction. We're still in Friday, and these systems are both still trying to organize themselves. But as time goes on, you see what happens. One of these starts to win out, starts to maybe kind of pull away some of the moisture from the other one, and that will likely be the one that starts to win out. Now, you saw one of these winning out yesterday. It was flipped, and it was the other one. So you look at the European and the GFS, one of the things we're always looking for is that continuity or consensus between different various models. And as you look at the European, which is in white, the GFS is in red, and what you notice, you're seeing two different areas here. So you're not seeing consensus among some of our major computer models. So still a low confidence forecast, but it does look like at least one of these will slowly develop over the next several days. The big thing is, remember, it's still way, way out into the Atlantic, so we have plenty of time to watch this and see what could happen with this. Now, the other thing, watching that area working its way into the Gulf of Mexico, there you see that extra moisture with that tropical wave and that broad area low pressure. This is as we get in towards Monday, and more than likely just a lot of heavy rains, tropical rains working their way towards Texas. So we're going to continue to watch each and every one of these areas over the next several days. We've gone from hardly anything to now we're starting to see that activity, but that is not unexpected as you head towards the latter part of August and then heading into September 10th. Remember, consider the peak of the hurricane season. We'll keep you updated right here on myfoxhurricane.com.